it's not that, because he said your faith has made you whole, go in peace. And that's not the best part. It's what he called her. He said, daughter. Now, like I said at the beginning, Jarius has a daughter who is dying. But this woman, I kind of, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna be like, why didn't y'all give her a name? Because y'all identified her by an issue. But when Jesus sees her, she doesn't see the woman with the issue of blood. She sees, no, he sees a daughter. And this is how God sees us. He doesn't see us by what we do or what happened to us. He sees his child. And so after that, Jesus, look, the people from his house, from Jairus' house, come to Jairus and say, your daughter is dead. How come you like don't bother Jesus anymore? And the crazy thing is, they didn't say don't bother Jesus, they said don't bother the teacher anymore. So they tried to limit Jesus into like he's just a teacher. He's not gonna do anything. He's just a teacher. What can he do? And Jesus says something that on the surface sounds kind of it sounds kind of dismissive. He said, don't be afraid, only believe. And the, like at first I was like, geez, how can you say that? Jesus got the worst news of his life. Like for example, any adults like who have kids that are watching this. Like imagine if you just get the worst possible news of God forbid that like your child is dead, like and then you get someone telling you, don't be afraid, just believe. Like that's like, what are you talking about? Like, how am I supposed to believe when my daughter is dead? She's like dead, like there's no hope. And Jesus goes to the house and he only brings no, sorry, Jesus goes to the house, and then when he goes to the house, he sees commotion going around. People crying, screaming, having a funeral. Because normally back in the day, when someone dies, they bring people to have a funeral procession. procession. So there was like commotion. And Jesus was like, why all this commotion? The child isn't dead, but asleep. And they laughed at him. And what Jesus did next is something that I want to learn how to do. He didn't argue with them. He wasn't like, why are you laughing? Don't you know who I am? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just set them out the room. That's how you approach haters. I use haters loosely because I feel like that word gets misused a lot. But that's what you do with people who don't, who like doubt you. Just send them out of the room. They don't need to be there when this miracle happens. And so he said, so the only people in the room were I mean, the daughter's parents, Jesus, the girl, Peter, James, and John. He didn't even take all the disciples. Jesus has 12 disciples. He didn't even take all of them. Just took the main three, Peter, James, and John. And he kneels down, he looks at the girl, takes him by the hand, and says, little girl, get up. And she got up instantly. And he told him to give her something to eat. But this is the last point I want to leave you with. Nowhere, you can go back and look at it. It's Luke 8:30, right about the 40th verse downward. Go look at it. Nowhere in the passage, nowhere in the text that sound like a preacher. I don't know why. Nowhere in the passage does it say after they say your daughter's dead. Why bother the teacher? Nowhere does it say that Jarius started believing again. It doesn't say, you can find it, you can look for it. It doesn't say it. But Jesus performed the miracle anyway. So even if you get the worst news and you don't believe, bring it to God, and He can still work a miracle through it. So I just want to remind you, like, our God is a miracle worker. Like he can turn something out of nothing, and just trust Him and just believe Him, and He will come through for you. And I'm praying for you. And let me know what you think in the comments. Um, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share the content around. And yeah, hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week. Peace.